Hello and welcome to the ISE ETF and Index Outlook for April 23rd, 2012. This is Patrick Sresna. As always, we start off with a chart of the S&P 500 using that SPDR exchange rate fund symbol SPY, and we've seen that trend line break that we've talked about for several weeks now, and subsequently have now seen continued consolidation down toward these levels. At this stage, we continue to believe that the correction needs to finish playing itself out. We don't believe that this will result in a market crash, or at least we don't favor that scenario. And so therefore, when we do have any corrections down towards even levels around the 129 to 135 area, at that stage we would be looking to start accumulating the markets. Next year, I want to take a look at the ISE Natural Gas Index, which is symbol FUM. We've seen some substantial consolidations in the past around this 104 to 106. And the last 2 weeks have really distinctly had a break of that support line on the downside. At this stage, now that that major support has been broken, the window is open for continued deterioration in the prices of natural gas stocks, as we may see this index even come and test that 90-92 level down below before next major support line. Next year, I want to take a look at the ISE Global Wind Index, which is a symbol GWE. A couple of weeks ago when we talked about this, we were as well suggesting that the 86-87 focal point would be a very important support line, and that if we had any real breakdowns below there, that it would actually open the window for that drop all the way down towards even the 76 to 80 level down below. Now that we're trading around the 81.5 area, we are slowly approaching the levels where we would have initial downside targets. So while we certainly don't think that buying Monday here is going to be an immediate opportunity, but as we weaken maybe another 3, 4, 5 points lower, and once we see some support lines coming in, that may mark the level where the initial downside supports will come in on the Global Wind Index. Next year, I want to take a look at the ISE Global Platinum Index, which is symbol ORE. Several weeks ago, we drew in that line, suggesting once that little support line around that 95 level gave, and that would open the window for testing down along the bottom support lines. Since we've already beat almost all retracement zones, the path of least resistance for the Platinum Index would be to consolidate down near that 84 to 86 level on the downside. The one thing is that once you have a rejection like this and it trades down to these levels, there's always the chance that it does a measured move lower, which in this case would even potentially have this Platinum Index drop to even as low as the 70 level on the side. So even though it's approaching support levels here, where a double bottom or a retest of those lows could come in, we want to first see that those support lines actually hold and that we don't break to a lower low before we start considering buying the Platinum Index. So we'll watch here as it approaches these support lines. If it does give those levels out, we could see again a drop even as low as the 75 level on the downside before we see really any good price stability. That was your ISE ETF and Index Outlook. Thank you for joining me.